and welcome. I was not following the Magnus Archives when it was first airing. I got into Magnus Archives right after it finished, and so I didn't get to have any of the fun in between seasons things. I didn't know they did these. This is super cool. So we have the epilogue for season 1. Yeah, okay. Let's dig into this. It's short, right? As I figured it would be, being just a little epilogue thing. But it is absolutely canon. So keep that in mind. And we also, of course, got confirmation that Magnus Protocol will return in February. And there will be more fun things like this between now and then. I'm stoked. We'll be covering them for the most part. I don't know if I'll cover the Q&As. We might still cover the Q&As. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, let's talk about the season 1 epilogue. So in this epilogue, we get some pretty important information. The first main thing is Gwyn just sitting in Lena's office. Gwyn just sitting in her office, just enjoying that it's her office, still with no idea what she's doing, almost killing Alice because she got scared that someone opened the door to their office. Now, don't get me wrong, it's been a long night, I understand that, but also, like, Gwyn, stop being so jumpy. Now, granted, she's going to have reason to be so jumpy when Alice tells her that Sam is gone. And Gwyn. I love you, Gwyn. I really, truly do. I want to see you succeed. Okay? I truly do. How are you going to sit there and ask Alice if there is a manual for how to deal with the death of an employee when she's the one grieving? Look, Gwyn. This next season is going to be wonderful as Gwyn just flounders constantly. Anyway, we're going to get to what happens with Sam. I want to cover what happens with Colin first, because I feel like what happens with Colin is heartbreaking, but also I feel like there's more to say about what's happening with Sam, right? But with Colin, Alice remembers Colin had called and tries to call him back. And in the process, his phone rings in the office, and they track it down to the server room. And in the server room, they find it inside a server rack. And when they open the server rack, though we're not told necessarily they see Colin, Alice says, "Oh, Colin." Gwyn screams, and that leads us to assume that Colin has become part of the server rack. Now, in episode 30, in the actual finale of the season, Colin had said that he had messed up, that Freddy is messed up, right? And he said he needed help. Was he already being consumed by the server rack then? Did he get Sergei Ushanka'd? Is that right? Did I say his name right? It could be Ushanka, I guess. Anyway, did he get Ushanka'd? Or, I need to go back and listen to that episode, I guess. Or was he just meat for the grinder, right? Was he just fed to the machine? Did it just feast on him? My point is, I think in this next season, or maybe season 3, there's, at some point, Colin is going to come back as another voice in the machine. Just feel like that's going to happen. I love Colin. I'll be glad to have him back. But that's just my gut feeling right now, is that he's going to come back as a voice in the machine. And then we have Sam. Also, just, real quick. Man, I wish Alice had gone back for Colin. What about Teddy? He also seemed like something was wrong. Sam falls from the sky, from the hole, from the portal that opens with, as the transcript says, a unpleasant wet tearing of reality, and falls into the London exclusion zone. Okay. Alright, that would already be interesting enough, without the fact that the transcript then says that the wind whistles through crumbling ruins, and occasionally the movement of unnatural things can be heard in the distance. I feel like I'm so sorry for the people that don't read the transcript, because I feel like you really have to now, right? Like, that is information you would not get just from, all you would get is, oh, he's alive. Okay, he's somewhere else. All right, so is this the, like, ruins of the Panopticon? Is this, like, London specifically from the Magnus archives, or is this a different reality somewhere else where London has been taken over by creatures from the Fears or something? Because this is not the first time that an exclusion zone, like, this is a real thing that the UK has done before. The total exclusion zone of the Falklands is the one that comes to my mind. If they've done others, I'm not sure past there. But the TEZ, right, of, hey, it was the Falklands, right? Man, I am having to double check everything today. Yeah, during the Falkland War. That's what I thought. A maritime exclusion zone was declared originally, followed by a full total exclusion zone, just to try and keep everybody away. Don't go in, don't go out. This immediately made me think of a few different things. It made me think of Rotten Core from Magnus Archives, which is Adelar Deckard, and how Deckard goes in to try and into a contaminant zone, into an exclusion zone, as it were, right? Which probably had nothing to do with this, but it made me think about Deckard and the extinction, and how so many of the extinctions statements had, like, otherworldly places full of otherworldly creatures. And it's not the only thing that had that. Obviously, there were quite a few of them. But is this what remains of the world that was twisted, of the archives world's, like, creatures, and they're stuck in the London exclusion zone? Is this what remains of the Eye creatures, and the rest of the world just abandoned London and called it good? Or is this somewhere else? Has he been dropped into another weird place? Specifically, what I thought of first was Hillier and the future, right? That wasn't really a time of revelation, I think is the name of the episode. Yeah, this could be a lot of things, and obviously we'll find out more now that we know Sam's alive. But London Exclusion Zone just immediately got me excited. And creatures moving in the distance, this could be so many things. And I'm hoping, obviously, that it's Archives World and there are still things that exist in it, starved probably, without the Fears to strengthen them. But also, how do you kill something like that without risking far too much? So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's not even creatures and it's actually just people that were avatars and now they're starved and everybody just left them alone there. There's so many things this could be, and I'm so stoked to see. I cannot wait, but I have to. So just let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. There'll probably be another bonus video this week. You might have already seen it go up depending on when it gets finished, because this won't take long to edit. This is just a short little video. But I am so stoked to see what's coming. And what if they're the vampires, man? I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of also hoping this is a different world, and it has nothing to do with archives, and it's a whole other setting, which theoretically could be done in a third thing, or could be in this one too. I don't know. But also, just, man, like, poor Colin desperately needed help, and he didn't get it, and he's gone, or maybe not gone. But it probably wasn't nice. It probably hurt a lot. So just poor Colin, you know. Let me know your thoughts before we get too dark down this road in the comment section down below. And until next time, I've been Trey. It's been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the Full Spectrum. The Magnus Protocol. Next time.